5 decision models top CEOs use daily. The quality of your decisions determines the quality of your results. Top executives don't rely on intuition alone. They use structured frameworks to make better choices consistently. Today, I'll walk you through 5 decision models that CEOs from companies like Amazon, Apple, and Berkshire Hathaway use to navigate complex challenges daily. These aren't theoretical concepts, they're practical tools you can implement immediately after watching this video. Let's dive in. Model 1: the Eisenhower Matrix. The first decision model is the Eisenhower Matrix, named after President Dwight Eisenhower, who said, "What is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important." This matrix helps CEOs like Tim Cook at Apple categorize decisions into 4 quadrants based on urgency and importance. The framework looks like this. Quadrant 1: urgent and important decisions that require immediate attention, like responding to a major customer crisis or addressing a significant market shift. Quadrant 2: important but not urgent, strategic decisions that drive long-term success, such as talent development or innovation initiatives. Quadrant 3: urgent but not important, tasks that feel pressing but don't contribute to long-term objectives, often best delegated. Quadrant 4: neither urgent nor important, distractions that should be eliminated. Top CEOs spend most of their decision-making energy in Quadrant 2, focusing on important matters before they become urgent crises. Warren Buffett uses this principle to protect his calendar, famously saying, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything." To implement this model today, categorize your pending decisions into these 4 quadrants and adjust where you're spending your mental energy. Model 2: Jeff Bezos, Regret Minimization Framework. Jeff Bezos used what he calls the Regret Minimization Framework when deciding to start Amazon. This remarkably simple but powerful model asks one question: when I'm 80, which decision will I regret the least? Bezos explains that he didn't want to regret not participating in the internet boom, even if his venture failed. This forward-looking perspective helped him leave his comfortable job to start what became one of the world's most valuable companies. LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman applies a similar framework, asking, "What's the worst that could happen? And could I recover from it?" This helps overcome decision paralysis by putting potential failure in perspective. To use this model, project yourself into the future and consider which choice you're least likely to regret. This works especially well for major directional decisions like career changes, market entries, or significant investments. Model 3: the 100-1010 Rule. The third framework is the 100-1010 Rule, popularized by Susie Welch and used by executives like Indra Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo. This model evaluates decisions across 3 different time horizons by asking how you'll feel about a decision in 10 minutes, 10 months, 10 years. This creates a valuable perspective shift that prevents short-term emotional reactions from overwhelming long-term strategic thinking. For example, turning down an aggressive acquisition might feel uncomfortable in 10 minutes, neutral in 10 months, but potentially wise in 10 years if it would have overextended your company. Sheryl Sandberg, former COO of Facebook, now Meta, advocates using this approach to balance short-term pressures with long-term objectives. It's particularly useful when emotional factors or external pressures complicate decision-making. Model 4: the RAP Decision Framework. The fourth model comes from Chip and Dan Heath's research on decision-making. RAP is an acronym that stands for 4 decision principles. W. Widen your options. Avoid narrow framing of decisions as binary yes-no choices. R. Reality test your assumptions with data and external perspectives. Attain distance before deciding, creating emotional space. P. Prepare to be wrong by considering how the decision might fail. Satya Nadella implemented this approach when transforming Microsoft, particularly by widening options beyond the company's traditional Windows-centric view and preparing for potential failures during the cloud transition. To implement RAP, first ensure you're considering at least 3 options for any significant decision. Then gather concrete data to test your assumptions. Create emotional distance when stakes are high, and identify both success and failure triggers to monitor after implementation. Model 5: Second-order thinking. The fifth model used by top CEOs is second-order thinking, considering not just the immediate consequences of a decision, but also the subsequent effects and unintended consequences. Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates, calls this thinking in second steps and beyond. While first-order thinking asks, what will happen next? Second-order thinking asks, and then what? Elon Musk applies this principle across his companies by mapping out decision consequences several steps ahead. This approach helped him identify that making Tesla's patents open source would accelerate electric vehicle adoption, ultimately benefiting Tesla through market expansion rather than harming it through competition. To practice second-order thinking, diagram the potential consequences of your decision. Then the consequences of those consequences, creating a decision tree that extends at least 3 steps forward. Conclusion. These 5 decision models: the Eisenhower Matrix, Regret Minimization Framework, 100-1010 Rule, RAP Framework, and second-order thinking form a powerful toolkit used by the world's top CEOs. The best part is you don't need to choose just one. Different decisions call for different frameworks. Time management decisions benefit from the Eisenhower Matrix, while strategic directional choices might call for the Regret Minimization Framework. I recommend starting with one model that resonates with a current decision you're facing. Practice it deliberately, then gradually incorporate others into your decision-making repertoire. Remember, what separates exceptional leaders from average ones isn't intelligence alone. It's the quality of their decision-making processes. By implementing these frameworks, you're following in the footsteps of the world's most successful executives. If you found this valuable, please like and subscribe for more business insights. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel.